Hi guys, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori, and today we're going to do a random read. I have no idea why I've been feeling the urge to just get on and do just a collective reading. There's been a lot of intense energy I've been feeling the last several days. Today is the 2nd of July, and I'm like, man, this Cancer season has been intense to say the least. And I'm not sure what spirit wants me to do or if we're going to get messages from our ancestors, but there's something here today that needs to be spoken and said. It's something that's going to provide clarity, give insight, wisdom, and courage is what I'm hearing. Okay, so this is something that's going to encourage you all who see this message to keep pushing, to not give up, and give you some type of clarity. I'm hearing that very clear. Spirit even told me to grab my selenite stick, which does not happen often. So let's just kind of dig in and see what comes through. So let's use this deck here. This is our Aboriginal deck. Let's see. Spirit guides, ancestors, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, please speak clearly. Confusion and relaxation. Ooh, challenges. Yeah, this is the energy definitely that has been evident over the last several days. Maybe I want to say last 2 to 3 weeks. I've definitely been feeling some intensity and challenges within the collective energy. The message is coming through right away is that the challenges are only to stabilize you, to there's like a revamping, a reconnecting of you to the community that you belong in. So it's like a recalibrating is basically what they're saying. Okay, so for some of you, you've disconnected yourselves, or you are going to have to disconnect yourselves from what's most comfortable for you. And if you've already done this, it's presented you with several challenging questions that have caused confusion in your life. Okay, the confusion has set in because you're uncertain as to how to feel and deal with the new you. There's a transmutation that's taken place within you. Okay, there's it's almost like an incubation period, right? Like you were being incubated and almost like placed on a lifeline, like like, oh, the way that spirit is showing me this is deep, y'all. It's almost like you were given like a temporary breathing machine. Okay, like he's showing me a trach, but he's also showing me that you've been in a space to where you've been unable to do this on your own. Okay, so for many of you, you've felt recently over the last few weeks, again, as if you've been so challenged that you feel like you are not able to do this on your own. Yeah, like sitting in sadness, frustration. This confusion causes indecisiveness. There's some type of ancestral wisdom that you're aware of, and that wisdom has to do with the fact that you understand that you're going through a purging process, but it is very challenging. Look at this: sadness, frustration. Okay, so this is changing. Okay, I'm hearing that very loud and clear. This is changing. There is a separation, like a weeding through of the collective in this moment. Okay, for me, it feels like God is isolating those who he's about to elevate and promote, and he's isolating a lot of us for the purpose of transmutation to occur. And when transmutation occurs, it is very confusing because it's almost as if you're imagine being in the hospital on a breathing machine and being aware and alert of the fact that you really don't need assistance with breathing, that you can breathe on your own, but then you also understand that your body doesn't have the capacity in the moment to fully support itself, right? So if a patient was sick, a patient had pneumonia for 2 months and they were in the hospital and they were intubated, that patient may come out of that at a certain point and be ready to be taken off the breathing machine. But then the other part of the patient is like, I've been on this for 2 months. My body doesn't feel like it can fully support itself without the assistance of the machine. And that's why this feels very confusing for a lot of people, because the process of transmutation, the glow up, the grow up, the coming out of the cocooning phase and going from being, unseen to all of a sudden being seen, being recognized, being called out. Some of you even being called to lead and to teach others. And you're like, sheesh, I'm barely even understanding this myself. It presents itself as a challenge. And it presents itself as a challenge because you're not sure of how to connect the dots. But on top of that, there's so many gray areas for you. You're like, I've never done this before. What does this look like? I know that I'm going somewhere, but what does this look like? What Spirit is showing me is that during this time, you've been going through a cellular regeneration, okay? And that's where this relaxation comes in. Spirit is showing me this as a cell, and he's actually showing me this as like a sperm. So I'm going to tell you guys why. I'll connect the dots in a second. But you guys probably know this, but if you've watched my videos before, I'm a nurse by day. So I relate a lot of stuff that's how Spirit talks to me, but to the body. But this relaxation here is a regeneration of your cells. So while you've been confused, you've been going through these challenges, had a lot of stress, anxiety, feeling lots of pressure, maybe in your upper back, your neck, your lower back, or your right hip in particular are things that are being called out to me right now. But that pressure, the stress that you've been feeling is more than likely related to something spiritual, okay? And I'm not giving medical advice at all. I am not a medical practitioner, physician, or anything of the sort. But the relaxation that your body is craving is due to it being in this state of like fight or flight. So basically you've been feeling like you've been at war, which you have. You've been at war. And I'm hearing right away that whatever it is that you're seeking is seeking you also, and it is absolutely going to come in. But this is a process that you have to endure. So if you've been wondering where is your manifestation, then this reading is absolutely for you, because Spirit is outlining this for me already. And we're probably only 7 minutes in. So what's happening is you're going through this transmutation of going from being a sperm into developing into a whole baby. And this is a metaphor for the fact that you've been incubated. That sperm has been incubated and placed in a capsule so that it could mature and grow. And for some of you, you feel like you've been in this incubation period for so long that you're confused as to why you still haven't received what's supposed to come your way. For a lot of you, I'm hearing that you're watching all these tarot readings and you're like, bro, everybody else is receiving. Where is mine? Where is mine, right? You may have even noticed some people around you receive some of the things that they've been trying to manifest, and you're like, where's my stuff at, God? Like, did you forget about me? And it doesn't feel like you're super impatient. For me, it feels like a lot of you are sitting with this energy. I don't feel a lot of resistance. I feel a lot of questioning and why. What's going on? What am I missing here, God? Like, what do you want me to do? How can I bring this in? Okay, that feels like most of what I'm picking up on. But in the process of waiting, I think that you've been confused as to why it's taken so long, why it hasn't come in yet. So this is going to answer your questions as to why the manifestation hasn't come in. And the first answer is that just like that baby is being developed and is developed from that sperm connecting with that egg, right? Which, okay, thank you, Spirit. Some of you are waiting on a partner to come in. And in order for you to be the sperm to swim to that egg, there's a process that has to happen. And that's where you're at right now, okay? So if you're waiting on a partner to come in, this is the process that you're enduring in this moment. So the sperm, as its own individual, causes confusion because you may be, it's like you're swimming in different directions. You feel like you don't know which way to go, right? If you've ever seen sperm on a microscope, it's like it just kind of goes all over the place, right? Every different direction. There's no rhyme or reason. And that's what this feels like to me, is the confusion has been like spermy tails and just swimming around with uncertainty, not sure of where you're going, trusting that is the right direction, but having no guidance as to specifically which way to go. But what's happening is that sperm, while it's swiggling around, trying to find the egg or waiting for the egg to make its way so that they can connect you and your divine counterpart that you're waiting on, there's a process of, it feels like a delay, but it's a process of cellular regeneration. And that's where this relaxation energy comes in. What Spirit is saying is that in order for your cells to regenerate, in order for you to prepare, there's a time and a space for relaxation. There's a resting period. So before the sperm and the egg can conjoin and create something amazing together, which, by the way, you and your partner you're waiting on could have some type of creative project that you're supposed to be doing together, okay? You could be aware of them or they could be aware of you. You could know each other. Either way, you haven't actually come together yet. So if you've come together, this is not your reading. This is for someone who's waiting on a divine counterpart as a part of their manifestation. I don't know if that's the only part of this, but just right now, Spirit is clearly showing me a divine counterpart that someone is waiting on. So while you're waiting, your cells are being regenerated. And what that means is you're being recalibrated as a whole. So imagine your body going through like a metamorphosis, your body transitioning from like a cocooning phase into a butterfly. As you transition from the cocooning phase where you're that caterpillar wrapped up in this little tight hole, or, you know, like a concoction, right? I can call it that, I guess. I don't know, but whatever. As you're bundled up as that cocoon, and then you start to expand and push through, kind of like breaking through the barrier to start to pop out as the butterfly. There was a metamorphosis that took place prior to that. So before you can come out of that cocooning phase as the butterfly that you absolutely are, this is for people who have been doing the work. If you've been sitting back, I'm sorry, this is not your reading. And the reason why is because you're not in a state of confusion if you haven't been doing the work. The collective that this is for has been sitting in a state of highs and lows, confusion, stress, anxiety, trying to find peace, trying to find this place of relaxation. And for a lot of the individuals who this reading is for, Spirit is showing me very clearly, your bodies have been begging and pleading with you to allow them rest, to allow them relaxation. And you just haven't been able to do it because you feel like there's so much confusion around you. You're like, well, how? Like, how do I make that happen? And what Spirit is saying is that the ask is complicated, but the actual doing is simple. And by the end of the reading, you're going to know exactly how to do that. Okay, because clearly they're not about to tell us right now. It has something to do with intentionality. I am hearing that. Something to do with being intentional. What is this about? Okay. Okay. Bottom deck energy is kinship. No lie, you can't make this up. Connection, teamwork, sharing, and supporting. The bottom line of this energy is about connecting with community. If you're not interested in a divine counterpart, this could absolutely still be your reading, as it would connect you to people who are like-minded. So you may just be asking to find a place of employment that actually suits you, where you feel like you can relate to people, where you feel comfortable expressing and being your true authentic self. But this clearly says connection. There's some type of spiritual connection that you and your divine counterpart have with one another. You may be sensing or feeling, getting signs, birds. There's a fox here, a rabbit. There's bees here. There's a lizard, a moth, a couple of moths, caterpillars. wow, there's so much here. A snail. So you may be seeing any of these as signs to notify you to keep going forward, okay? Whenever I see like birds or any animals of any sort, I always ask Spirit, what was that for? But I always pay attention to how I felt or what I was thinking about before I actually saw that thing. And then when I see it, I'm like, oh, that's because of this, right? You can connect the dots. But harmony is here with 17. This is about balance, energy, breath, and flow. And that's interesting because Spirit was kind of showing me this as like a flow where you just kind of allow, right? Like how a snake's body slithers. There's no force, there's no resistance. It just kind of allows. That's how Spirit was showing me this. Oh, and what Spirit is saying too is that just as the snake slithers this way to transform, releasing the old skin, shedding that old skin away, that's exactly what this process should look like. So Spirit is advising you to slither your way through this confusion, and you're going to slither your way through just like a snake. No resistance, not forcing, no tension. Snakes don't move with any type of tension. They are so smooth. So go and watch like some nature channels or look on YouTube, like the slowest moving snake, and just watch like the bigger ones. Watch how they maneuver through things. And that's what Spirit is asking of you, to maneuver through this with balance, energy. Maybe some breath work would be assistive to you. I can't get my words out. That's what the energy is. It's confusing. Confusing because you don't have clarity yet is what I just heard. So harmony here. This is like just combing through the challenges of life. Okay, the yin and yang energy is here. So creating some type of balance within you, balancing out that feminine energy that may want to be overly sad or overly stressed, overly frustrated with waiting, overly frustrated with not having. Recognizing that those are fears, and more than likely they're fears from the inner child wounds that may need to be addressed and assessed still. I'm hearing if you're unable to truly be attentive to yourself when you're by yourself, that you're going to have a hard time remaining that way when you have somebody in your life that you love. So there's a very strong message here to be the pillar of your own life, to stand firm in keeping yourself at the center of your focus, okay? I think I did a Pisces reading. Oh, maybe it came out today, actually. I did a Pisces reading, and Spirit was talking about like basically I told them how I have like these things on my mirror, but the one in the middle of my mirror is a sticky, and it says, who is the center of your focus? And it's a constant reminder to me to refocus life so that I always keep myself at the center. And that's because too often in the past have I placed other people's needs, desires, thoughts, ideas, and opinions higher and above my own. And so this is just a constant reminder from Spirit to me to ensure that I'm keeping myself and what I need at the center of my life. Because the one thing that I've learned is that your life is literally about you. You don't want to make that about somebody else. If you think about that, it doesn't make any sense. If you even say it to yourself, my life is about me, but that person I've put above me or made more important than me. It doesn't make any sense, because your life is literally about you. So how could you? Why would you put someone else above yourself? Doesn't make any sense. But anyhow, that message was coming through, especially with the moon here at the center of her forehead here. This is your third eye chakra, ensuring that you don't allow that third eye chakra to wander into self-loathing and abandonment, feeling alone, loneliness, things like that. You are transmuting. I keep saying it, I can't. Spirit keeps emphasizing it. You are transmuting. You're moving through these challenges, but it's very, very, very hard, and your body is seeking to rest. the softer you fall into this, the quicker you're going to get what you're asking for, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so it's just a process of releasing. We do have a full moon in Capricorn. I think I'm going to post this video before the full moon, but we have a full moon in Capricorn, and that full moon in Capricorn is going to be all about releasing. Capricorn in the tarot is the devil energy. Okay, so the Capricornian energy is all about subconscious, basically lies is the best way I can describe it in brief. It's subconscious lies. So what are the lies that you're telling yourself? Find balance in those lies. Don't give them energy. Instead, provide energy and fuel your energy towards where you're going, because where you're going is so much greater than where you came from. Look at y'all. Jesus is showing up. I just love the Lord. God is so good. I love him. Y'all, even when I be doing like other little random, like challenging, that's what that card is, but channeling stuff, like if I do like little channeling like sessions and stuff, Jesus be showing up. Anyways, I'm just amazed at him. I love him. But this is the Jesus card here. It's no more wounds. Let me pick it up and show it to you. Let me cover her little booty too. Look at this. No more wounds. Your wounds are being healed. You see this little baby here? I love this. This is DNA being recalibrated, guys. And that's exactly what's going on right now. I'm not sure if you know this, but the bottom deck energy is usually what's actually taking place. It's the hidden energy, the energy that's actually going on. It's the elephant in the room is the best way to describe it. The elephant in the room that no one is actually addressing. So the bottom line here is that you are going through a DNA recalibration, which is why Spirit is highlighting the fact that this is, he's basically showing this as a baby being put together and you're being recalibrated. So that's going to require, it's almost as if you're being born again. They're showing me the death card. So the ending of the old you and the new you is going to present itself to the world. You're being changed completely. For you, for any of you that are like resonating with this, you are even being blown away by how fast you're changing. You're like, what the heck? Every day I'm hearing, like every day, it's like something is changing in you. You're realizing, you're accepting, and you're like, oh my God. And it literally is like accelerated transmutation. Whenever I think about a snake, the snake as it sheds because it's outgrown that old skin. So growing up, my brother always had a bunch of snakes. The snakes would grow, they would get rid of the old skin. Although you don't think that they've grown that much, if you really pay attention and you assess them over a year or so, you'll notice that that snake has grown exponentially. But in order for them to actually leave that old skin behind, they have to be willing to release that skin. If that skin stays on them, it's painful. Okay, so that's what's happening with those of the reading is for those of us, anybody who's resonating with this. If you're resonating with this, you're confused because you're trying to hold on to that old skin, and Spirit is telling you to let the skin go. That's where the relaxing comes in. That snake doesn't resist the releasing of that old skin. He just slithers slowly, breathing, flowing through, because he knows that that old skin is going to just eventually fall off. If he notices that that old skin is stuck on him, it hurts. It's literally painful to snakes when they hold on to old skin. You could go look it up online. So because it's so uncomfortable to him, he will brush himself up if he's out in the wild, up against a tree, up against a bush, up against a rock, anything that he can to be able to get rid of it, because he understands the process of transmutation. He understands that in order for him to get to a place where he is no longer in pain from past experiences, things that other people did to him, he knows that he has to resurrect into something new. And that's what's happening with you. The challenge is when you resist that, you end up with confusion and you're unable to just relax and ease into it. That's dope. I don't know if you guys can see like the baby here. And then do you see the DNA? DNA going up and through Jesus. He's healing your DNA, healing your ancestral lineage. I'm seeing this ancestor card. which I don't know if it's here. Yeah. You're getting lost in like the sauce. You're getting lost in the emotions, lost in the uncomfortability. But it's temporary, y'all. It's temporary. This dreaming of you, I love this. This is beautiful. This is you, is what I'm hearing. You're dreaming of the newest, best, highest version of yourselves. I'm hearing, I wish upon a star. Who is that? Wish upon a star to follow where you are. I don't know. I can't sing either. My voice is shot. But you're wishing upon a star. You're wishing, hoping, and praying for change to occur. You're exhausted. Your body is exhausted. Your body is dreaming of what it would be like to actually have rest. And that's why you're anxious to get to this new state, because you're like, come on, I'm exhausted. I just want to breathe. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see a little more. You just want to relax. But in order for you to get to the state to where you can relax, you have to give in. You have to give in, and you have to give in to rest, to relaxation. When you rest, when you relax, you don't try to control. You don't need to, because you understand that there's nothing that you need. Sometimes there's not even anything that you want, maybe some ice cream or something like that, but you understand that the only way for me to have peace is for me to just relax. And if you're listening to this, you probably have some control issues, and you probably have struggled with wanting to know more and being like the head of your life, is what I'm hearing. So this is very interesting how Spirit is showing me this. So, I'm just getting downloads, guys, so I'm just, Okay. So right now, this is how you feel. You feel like you're sitting in this storm. It's almost like you can't find a place of rest. Like every time I try to sit under the tree to relax, something happens. I get blown away, or you know, the sun is too bright and it's burning me. I'm too hot. The wind is blowing dust in my eyes, right? Like I can't find my place of peace. And the reason why is because you're not creating a refuge of safety. You're not creating a place of safety within it's your home, your body. You're not creating a place of safety there. There's no harmony within you, and it's because you've been unable to relax. This card is twofold. This is the first part. The first part is that you're sitting in the chaos, in the storm, and the wind keeps blowing. The waves keep rushing up on you. You keep getting dust in your eyes because you're refusing to fall into harmony and into balance and to relax into this truth that God desires to bring your way. There is a truth that's going to rush in on you, and it's going to rush in on you once you fall into this place. Now, I'm being told to tell you guys something. I'm going to tell you, I usually don't like to give these like opinions and stuff just because, but anyways, I was talking to Spirit recently because I saw this video that somebody posted. You know, these people always talk about if you want to manifest something, you have to stop wanting it. Now, I don't know about you, but Spirit must be having me share this with you for this reason. I don't agree with that, and I'll tell you why. In order for you to manifest something, you have to have some sort of desire for it. How you gonna desire it if you don't want it? That doesn't even make any sense. A desire is a want, right? So what are you supposed to do? Want it and then stop wanting it? Desire it and then stop desiring it? It doesn't make sense to me. So what I feel Spirit told me was, you don't have to stop wanting it. You have to stop needing it. There's a big difference. When you want something, you desire it, but you relax, you sit in harmony, balance, you allow things to flow. You dream it until it comes into existence, but there's no pressure on God. There's no pressure on Jesus to deliver. There's no anxiety that comes with that. It's a complete surrender to the process when you actually want/desire something versus needing it. When you need something, you feel like your life cannot function until this comes in. You stop living. You put that at the center of your focus. You're constantly thinking about it, constantly looking at tarot readings, constantly looking at the person's social media, whatever, right? Whatever, I don't know, I'm just making up whatever Spirit's saying, but constantly looking for it. When you need it, you're constantly seeking it out. When you want it, you trust that it's coming, and you rest and relax in that. I'm even hearing for some of us, we're constantly looking for signs, miracle signs and wonders, like waiting. And it's okay to pay attention to signs. That was brought to your attention earlier. It's okay to do that, but to not need it so bad that you have to find a sign that falls into alignment with that specific thing. They're showing me, somebody posted this video, you guys probably know, but I'm a Pisces. Somebody posted this video one day and he said, I'm a Pisces. He basically acts out like all the zodiac signs, acts out like them, right? And he said, I'm a Pisces. Of course it's a sign. And then he shows it and it was a stop sign, guys. And that's what they were just showing me. So it's basically like, don't make everything a sign. Although a lot of stuff is a sign, don't force it to be a sign. All right. Sorry, I had to drink some water. That's another thing too, guys. When you're going through this process, this cellular regeneration and going through this transmutation process, be sure to drink lots of water. Again, no medical advice, but drink lots of water, because spiritually, or drink enough water, however much water you desire, because be careful, because people actually have, done themselves in by drinking too much water. Anyways, just drink enough water per your doctor's orders, or whatever you can. But water is important, because water is hydrating not only your spirit man, but it's also hydrating your physical body. And when you need to rest and relax, believe it or not, you're actually burning off energy when you're resting. So you want to replenish yourself. You want to put good things in your body, live things, right? Fruits, veggies, things that are going to be beneficial to you. That'll also make you feel a lot better. You notice if you eat McDonald's or something, you feel weighed down, beat up. You're like, oh God, you're sluggish. But if you eat something from even Jamba Juice, which I don't believe Jamba Juice is healthy, but anyways, even if you eat something, drink something from Jamba Juice, you'll notice how you feel a little more revived than you would if you ate McDonald's. So just be sure to pay attention to yourself. That's also a part of this, is pouring into yourself. What Spirit is showing here with this delight card is delighting yourself in the things that make you happy. Being open to finding new ways of finding joy, satisfaction, contentment, and happiness just within yourself. And I'm hearing, like, even in the small things, you can find something that is beneficial to you. Okay, the other part of that truth card is that there is going to be a truth that rushes in that is going to be like a tower for you, okay? And it does feel like the manifestation, whatever you're trying to manifest, it feels like that comes like kind of rushing in. And I think it comes rushing in and catches you off guard. It catches you off guard because you're not anticipating it. And it's because you're relaxing, you're resting, so you're not waiting for something. You know that this is going to come. So you just have to fall into alignment with allowing it to come. You allow it to come by being that snake. Be the snake. Relax and rest into it. Okay. So this Eris energy, I need to look this up. I got this new book and I need to learn it, which is why I bought it, because I want to be able to learn this stuff. But I need to look up what this Eris is. Give me just a second, guys. I would love to learn astrology, but I just be forgetting stuff. I don't know. My mind I really am like a Pisces. I really am like, I can't not be a Pisces if my life depended upon it, because I'm so like concerned about spiritual things that I went to school, got a degree and all that, but I don't want to live my life in that. All right, anyways. Ooh, look at this. So Eris is the destroyer. This is the tower and the vulture energy. Okay, this is also about karma. Anger, strife, bitterness, karma, vengeance, and reflection. This is the destroyer. The number 3, daggers, torches. All right, so what this Eris energy is, remember we're always talking about the bottom deck, is that this is occurring because there are, like the vulture, that's what this is. The vulture comes in to clear out anything that needs to be removed. Okay, vultures, if we didn't have vultures, our ecosystem would be jacked up, because we need them to come in and eat up the carcasses. They have like an acid in their stomach that allows them to be able to eat anything, including stuff that other animals can't eat, and they won't die from it. So that's what this is. You're going through a process. Spirit is taking you through a process, this transmutation process, to destroy any old karma, any baggage, any old anger, aggression, resentment, frustration, irritation, anything of the past and in the past is getting cleared out with this. And I'm hearing very loud and clearly that by this full moon that we have on the 10th of July, this is going to be cleared out. The full moons are all about release, okay? And the Piscean energy here, this is definitely giving me like Saturn vibes with Pluto, Pisces, full moon. This is like Saturn has come in to help you to release those deeply embedded wounds, those deeply embedded anger, resentment, hate, frustration, all the things that have been baggage for you over the years. They're showing me the 10 of Wands. The things that have been weighing you down over the years that you felt like you just don't know how to get out of, that you've been asking God, like, well, why is this even bother me? Like, I don't even know why they bother me. I don't know why I'm triggered by them. I don't know why I don't like them. I don't know why I even care about them, right? They're showing me this meme earlier, and I actually sent it to my friend. It said, basically, no one understands us Pisces. Why do I care so much but don't care at all at the same time, right? So it's that type of energy. It feels like you've been questioning why you care when you really don't care about the situation, but the situation has bothered you. And for a lot of you, this is ancestral karma that you're clearing out. So these are things that your ancestors were unable to clear out. With Pluto here, this Pluto energy is going to come in and it's going to transform it. This is Scorpio energy. You guys, your divine counterpart could have some Scorpio in their charts. If not, or Pisces, it doesn't matter either way, but that's just coming through, so I want to call it out. Either way, this situation is super transformative for you as an individual. And when that person comes in, or this situation, because that could be a job. So the divine whatever item it is, okay, fill in the blank, divine blank that you're waiting to come in, job, business opportunity, financial windfall, partnership, romantic, community, you want somebody to be your friend, a spiritual advisor, whatever it is, that's going to be just as transformative as this. So it's almost like Spirit is showing me like this is phase 1. I know. I heard it right away. This don't feel like phase 1. It feels like phase 500, right? You feel like you've been in the pits for a very long time. And that's where the confusion, the challenges come in, because you're ready to get out of it. You're ready to release this weight. You're ready to just move on with life is what I'm hearing. But Spirit is saying, in order for that to happen, this cellular regeneration has to take place first. And you own a part in this. And your part is easing into it, dreaming, allowing yourself to rest into a place of peace. If you notice that on this card here, this dreaming of you card, they're showing me again, she is not by any means in a hurry. She's not worried about anything. Her body's not tensed up while she's sleeping. She's at peace. because she knows that all is well. She trusts that all is well. And that's what Spirit is asking for you to fall into, is to the knowing, the inner knowing that all is well. Okay? With the Piscean energy, I always explain Piscean energy as going into the depths of the ocean, the deepest, darkest part of the ocean, where they try to build those little submarine things to go to the bottom, right? You have to have a super fancy piece of equipment to be able to get you down there, and then for it to be able to withstand the pressure of that. And for you, you're having to deal with the pressure and feeling unequipped, feeling like you're not in the right submarine, feeling like your submarine is going to explode when you get down there. No offense and my condolences to that family, but that's the way that Spirit showed me that, is that you feel like you don't have the right tools to handle the pressure of what you're dealing with right now. My Lord, bless them, God. That was terrible. I was so devastated by that event. Whew, Jesus. But you feel like you're not equipped. And Spirit is saying you are. You are. You are equipped. And you are so equipped that after this, you will no longer experience these wounds. These wounds will be healed. Regeneration. You guys know what regeneration means? You should look it up if not, but I'm going to give you my little novice explanation or definition. Regeneration is where something that was tarnished is transformed and made brand new. It's wound care. When you take care of a wound as a nurse, you take care, we have wound care specialists, right? Special nurses who have been specially trained to handle these wounds. You have been specially trained to handle your wounds. Nobody else can heal these wounds but you. Nobody. Not someone else, not a help, not a Reiki teacher, Reiki master, not a sound bowl healer. Nobody, not a tarot reader. Nobody can heal these wounds but you. And it's because they belong to you and your lineage. They're yours. And the amazing thing about it is it's all about perspective. Because you've been entrusted with such a beautiful gift of God saying, I trust that they can handle this, and that they will handle this and actually turn it around for the good of themselves and those around them. You've been entrusted with this. And oh my goodness, imagine being on the other end. Can you imagine having to live with these wounds for the rest of your life? Because what I've gone through, I cannot imagine living with those wounds for the rest of my life. And when I see this card, No More Wounds, I'm absolutely elated and filled with gratitude that this is even an option in my life. And I hope and pray to God that you see yourself as being deserving enough. And if you don't see yourself in the light of being deserving of not having these wounds anymore, then there's no way that you're going to fight. And this is war. It literally is like war for your soul right now. And you're either going to rise to the occasion like the strong, fierce warrior that you are, that little sperm getting to that egg. You're going to either get to your destination or you're going to give up. And this is very, very, very challenging. But imagine what's on the other side. And Spirit is reinforcing that. Imagine what's on the other side, guys. Look at this. Delight. No more wounds. Wow. I'm going to show you this card underneath here. Oh, my Lord. Delight, no more wounds, kinship, which is teamwork, connection, sharing, and support. The support you've been seeking, the support you've been lacking, that's about to change. That's about to change. You're on the precipice of change. You are so close. Today is the 2nd of July. The 10th of July is 8 more days. Trust me, you can endure anything for 8 days, because for a lot of you, you've been dealing with this for 8+ years or longer, I'm hearing. And then look at this, a quickening, discovery, acceleration, knowledge, and source. This is Mars energy, Aries energy of action. Ground yourself. This is Earth energy. Ground yourself in and surround yourself with people that you feel will support you for the next 8 days until you get to this. This is amazing. You got this. I'm telling you, if you could feel the energy that I'm feeling right now, you would encourage yourself. You would motivate yourself, because I'm seeing 10 of Pentacles. I'm seeing 10 of Cups. I'm seeing all kinds of stuff that's coming your way. You just have to push through. Let me find a tarot deck, because clearly I'm unprepared for this. Oh, let's do this one, I'm being told. Okay. I'm seeing the Ace of Wands wanting to come out. We're going back to the basics with this. Sometimes Spirit will have me use this deck when we need to go back to the basics, when we need to stop overcomplicating things, when we need to just see things for what they are in a very practical way, to just be able to get to it. And that's what Spirit is saying. You're needing advice on how to just get to this manifestation, because that's the goal. Okay, so let's see. Alrighty. Wow. Wow. Pluto energy with the Tower. That's also Mars energy. Wow. Sudden change, guys. Wow. And I'm told to get 10 cards, because that's exactly what's happening, is that you're at the end, guys. You're at the end. Oh, my Lord. My Lord. Wow. 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 This is so... Oh. Wow. This energy is so powerful. Bottom of the deck, difficult decisions, weighing options, avoidance, and deadlock. That's what you're in right now. You're in a deadlock. This is like a stalemate energy for me. But it's a blocking. It's a blocking that is done by the individual. The individual does this when they don't know how to change. When you feel like you can't figure something out, when you feel like you're imbalanced. This is Libra energy. It's like an imbalance in your mind, in your thoughts, in your ideas. You feel very pulled in different directions. It's that sperm that we saw swimming around earlier that was just kind of wiggle, 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 wiggle. So let me tell you what this is saying here. I hope you can see all the cards. Yeah, you can. Sorry for the glare over here, guys. I could change the light, but it would just flicker in your eyes. Okay, so you're learning lessons right now, and that's why this is so hard. We've talked about this a lot. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but you're learning lessons in regards to how to put yourself first, how to stand up for yourself, how to defend yourself, how to protect yourself, how to endure, how to see things from a different perspective, guys, how to get rid of your old ways of thinking and allow new ways of thinking to come in. This is all aligning you with your new version, with the highest and best version of who you are, with your elevation, your promotion. See, you've been here. Spirit is trying to get you elevated. In order for you to be elevated, you have to go through this transmutation process. In order for you to be able to have the knowledge and the wisdom to be able to teach and to be able to be a leader, in order for you to be able to guide and direct and assist and support others, you have to have a story. You have to have endured. So this spread is clear as HE double hockey stick, saying that this is a lesson in endurance. You're gaining new perspectives. You're learning how to trust what you have planted seeds in. Trust, this is like faith in action. Faith in action says, I planted the seeds and I'm going to wait for it. The challenge here, and you see you were at the 10, Spirit said that, 10 of Wands came out. This is the end. The burden is ending. It's ending because you're going to change your perspective from this day forward with the Hangman and the Ace of Cups, and you're going to learn to be compassionate towards yourself. This is also going to give you compassion for that new manifested blank, right? Person, situation, job, business, money. You're going to be compassionate with it. You'll look at it from a different perspective, and you will also be able to handle it maturely. You're not going to lose it, because if you gain something prematurely, if you didn't have to sit in the like stale energy of delayed, because that's what this can be here. Four of Swords with the Seven of Wands can be delayed. Nothing's happening. I'm just kind of in a standstill waiting for something to happen. If you didn't learn how to sit in this space and defend what it is that you truly want, then it would never come. Now, this is very, very, very intense. And I think I've said that several times. The energy is very intense that you're feeling. The Tower and the Death card, this can actually feel like what I talked about earlier, being placed on an intubator, being intubated and being able to do nothing for yourself, right? Some of you, I hope not, but some of you could have had near-death experiences, been in the ICU, things like that. That's this type of energy. The Tower and the Death card, oh my God, it's like you're sitting at home suffering. This is the definition of suffering. I would not want to see. This is suffering, guys. This is suffering. The Tower with the Death card. But in your suffering, you have decided to, which is why you're watching this reading, because trust me, there's no way you would still be here if you didn't decide that you were going to fight, okay? If you didn't recognize the warrior within yourself, there's no way you would be here. The Hierophant with the Three of Pentacles is you giving in something Spirit was showing me earlier in regards to like surrendering into this experience, right? Relaxing in like the snake. Surrendering into it is the Three of Pentacles with the Hierophant. This says, I'm going to allow myself to gain the wisdom and the knowledge from this experience. And instead of resisting it, I'm going to give in. So you could be deciding that today after watching this video. Like, you know what? I'm going to stop resisting this and give into it because I really want what I want to manifest. I really want that manifested blank, right? You really want it. So because of that, you've chose to, or you're choosing to co-create and collaborate with God in order to be able to obtain it. I want to go back here. I think I've talked about all the cards here. I want to go back here to the Hangman and to the Ace of Cups, because this is all about trusting your intuition, trusting yourself. Also, what's coming through is trusting your body. When your body starts to get tense, when you start to feel something in your shoulders, when you start to feel like you are not relaxed, like you're not relaxing into the energy like that snake, Spirit is asking you to be aware of that and bring that to your attention with this Hangman card here. Bring it to your own attention. Call it out and say, oh, wait a minute. You are out of alignment, my friend. Calm down. Come back into harmony. Breathe. Relax. And allow things to flow. Something that may be beneficial to you guys, it's beneficial to me, is the meditation. It's OM. You can look it up. Look it up on YouTube and watch someone tell you how to do it. It's very, very, very like recharging for me, and it kind of is like a reset. So I do it often. So I want to look at what's coming in for you, okay? We're going to get 6 cards because this coming in new for you is reciprocal is what I'm hearing. So what's coming in for the individuals watching this, okay? I love it. The end of confusion, okay? 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups. Ooh, love it. Okay. Okay, the 7 of Wands. I love this, guys. Look at this. Look at how the energy is reversed, right? Okay, let's see what else is coming in for the collective watching this reading. The King of Cups, clarity. Wow, the 10 of Pentacles. I was totally feeling that 10 of Pentacles energy. And what else? All right, the Page of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles. Your wait is over, guys. This is action. This is that Mars energy that we saw in the card earlier where it said something about acceleration, quickening. That's this energy right here. This is the bottom deck. Remember, this is what's going on. The elephant in the room that is not seen is this quickening, this discovery, acceleration, knowledge, and source. The source of your manifestation is coming in. Okay, and this is after you've fallen into this state. Remember, by the full moon, 8 more days, within the next 8 days, you're going to be relaxed into this energy. There's no more resistance with the Seven of Wands. It's so interesting too. They're showing me this Seven of Wands like this. Look at this. This Seven of Wands is like, hey, high five. What's up? What's up? I'm only going to defend myself if I absolutely need to. The stick's just here for safety. But what's up? We're good. You're relaxing into the energy. There's no more confusion. There's excitement, love, and I'm picking up on gratitude for previous experiences. There's also lots of fun in this Six of Cups energy. It feels like you're actually going back to being yourself. You're finding things, creative things is what I'm hearing, that take up your time, that allow you to play around, have fun, and see things from a different perspective. It's allowing you to see things from a different perspective. Because you're not sitting in confusion where you're questioning things. No, this is clarity. You see where you want to invest. And if this is love, this is the person coming in towards you. The King of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. If this is not love, this business opportunity or this financial windfall that you're looking for, that's going to come in. The Ten of Pentacles is abundance, but it's also abundance as far as leaving a legacy, financial dependency, not having to worry about where to get money from. Working smarter, not harder, okay? Not needing to rob Peter to pay Paul. And there's no more waiting, which is why the Seven of Pentacles is here, because the delays are over with the King of Wands. And you can't make this up. You got the Ace of Cups again, guys, with the Justice. And all it took was for you to see things clearly, for you to gain that truth. This is the truth that Spirit was saying is rushing in. The truth is that this divine counterpart that you've been waiting on has been sitting around waiting for you. Look, they've been sitting around waiting for you to see things from a different perspective so that you guys can move forward. Look at this. I can't make this up. So that you guys can move forward and celebrate the successes and victories together. And it's coming in quick. You got the Tower right here again. That's Pluto energy, guys. That's insane. This is so awesome. It's so awesome. The scales are being balanced by your perspective. Your ability to transmute this energy and to see it from a higher level perspective with the Queen of Swords here, using your wisdom, trusting your third eye chakra, aligning your chakras, allowing yourself to fall into balance and to not resist, push, or pull. You're now bringing in what it is that you desire, that creative endeavor. I'm telling you, it could be business, creativity, or love. It's coming your way. This is an offer of something exciting, and it's mature, it's stable, and that's why this process has been so tedious, is because the stability that's coming towards you. If you've been dealing with partners in the past that were emotionally unavailable, who discarded you, who made you feel unseen, that's changing. This King of Cups that comes in, he's going to see you. Not only is he going to see you, he's going to pour into you. He's going to reciprocate. He is not cold with his emotions. He's mature and he knows how to use them and when. On top of that, I'm hearing that he's going to even help you regulate your emotions. He's going to provide you with safety and stability with this Ten of Pentacles. So not only is he fine. Did I say you might be dealing with Scorpio earlier? Yeah, I did, huh? Okay, because this is Scorpio energy. But anyways, the King of Cups, not only is he fine, not only is he good looking, but he also has money. You're going to build stability together. This is beautiful. I'm seeing you have a softer life, being able to relax and to rest into things rather than having to constantly fight. Okay, so you probably heard me say this earlier, but there's a fight or flight and a rest and digest in our bodies. When you're in fight or flight mode, that's like trying to run away from a dog that's chasing you. When you're in rest and digest mode, that's when you're laying down to prepare for bed at night or taking a bath. And you're going to live your life moving forward in rest and digest. There's no more fight or flight. Those days are over. That's where this no more wounds comes into play, because you literally are being transformed. And this is very hard. This is very challenging. But you need to be reminded, and I guess this message was brought to you today by Tarot in the Dark via your spirit guides, ancestors, and the Holy Spirit. but it was brought to you today to encourage you and motivate you and to inspire you to see how strong you truly are to have endured what you have. Again, this Tower and this Death card is literally like being in hell. No, thank you. No, thank you. However, what I will say is, yes, thank you. I too am enduring this as well. And on the other end of this, I know comes this. Okay? This is coming. Remember that Ace of Cups came out again. And I would be more than willing to endure this time and time again. And I'm sure it's the same for you, to receive these gifts, to receive this energy of being in situations where people are willing to put in the work with me. Okay, where I feel excited about going to work, where it's not necessarily, doesn't really feel like a job, but feels more like I'm creating magic. That's what this new energy coming towards you is going to feel like, no matter what. Like I said, if it's in business or in love, it's going to feel very easy for you to be in that space, and it's not going to feel like you have to force anything, and it's going to be soft. But in order for you to get there, you had to endure this so that you can soften up as well, my friend. There's a lot of tension, a lot of resistance, a lot of hardness coming from the energies that are in these cards here. This is someone who feels like they have to fight and resist other people from harming them, like preventing other people from harming you. And that's not the life that you were meant to live. You were not meant to live a life where you constantly have to ward off evil. You were meant to live a soft life, and that's because you're a creator. You're more than likely a healer of some sort. You more than likely, if you're watching my channel, you have some type of mysticism in you, or something that you have to offer the world to bring peace, hope, balance, positive energy, light energy. And what you're going to gain from all of this is the ability to be able to take that wisdom and to teach others how to transmute themselves. So next time someone says, oh my God, I'm just going through hell, you're going to be able to say, you know what, I know what that feels like, but you can make it, and you're going to encourage them and pull out the warrior in them. So this is absolutely beautiful. I love it for you. I hope it's your reading. I'm so honored to have been a part of it. If so, feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. And if you want me to do more random readings like this, I mean, I don't mind, but I try to only do them when I feel nudged by spirit. So, but if you want me to do anything specific, just put it in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm honored to be able to walk on this journey alongside you, and I'm more than honored to be able to tap into this energy and to help you to transmute it, just as spirit has helped me with mine. Have an amazing night. Thanks so much. Bye.